first, Andrade versus Humberto Carrillo. This was a good match. This was clunky at parts, but overall I thought it was enjoyable. High tempo action, they had the crowd into it at the end. They had the Zelina Vega bump at the end of the match, which had Andrade and Zelina arguing post-match, so perhaps, they'll no longer be partnered with a breakup in the future. I, wouldn't want to see them split up, but maybe WWE has planned to go in a different direction. Psst, Zelina. I think Andrade has a thing for Charlotte Flair, though, so, pass it on. However, despite the reports that we heard a few weeks ago, or we've seen in the dirt sheets, that Vince McMahon isn't interested in Humberto Carrillo anymore. He's not over enough. Vince McMahon doesn't like him. It's over. It would actually appear that old Vinnie Mac isn't giving up on Humberto Dimples Carrillo just yet. I mean, Humberto does have the talent to succeed, but this wasn't his best standout match, I would say. It also did feature, they always go on about the Aztec press. Humberto Carrillo's amazing Aztec press. Amazing. He kind of botched it. He didn't hit, as they would say on commentary, he didn't get all of it, which is always, commentator for code for cover this up. He just botched the fuck out of it. I think the issue with Humberto getting over in the future, because he doesn't really get the reaction from the crowd that I guess WWE would like. To be honest, it's hard to get a reaction from any WWE crowd nowadays that isn't NXT, because those crowds on Raw and SmackDown are deader than a wet fart in church. Oh, honestly, you can't get, even some of the biggest talents can't get a reaction out of that crowd. So I wouldn't be too harsh on Humberto getting a big reaction from the crowd. I think the issue with him getting over is that his promos just aren't there. Now, I know English is probably his second language, but look at any other talent. If you can't cut promo, then Vince McMahon just isn't interested, unless you get a mouthpiece. You look at the likes of Asuka and Shinsuke Nakamura, where English is their second language. They tried to have them cut promos. I think Shinsuke and Asuka can cut absolutely fine promos in English, but Vince McMahon, he's not there with it. He doesn't like it. So they have mouthpieces now. Well, Shinsuke does in Sami Zayn, which we'll touch on in a second. Asuka cuts her promos the majority of the time in Japanese, or for a while she had Paige as a mouthpiece, because Vince McMahon doesn't like if a talent's got bad English. Now, it shouldn't matter in any other combat sport where they're not a native English speaker. They just throw subtitles up there and it works fine. I don't think everyone's that stupid where they can't read, or if they can't understand, they can't understand. Who cares? These are good talent. They need to be used properly. So I think that's the issue of Humberto getting over. But like I said, this match, I enjoyed it. Maybe we are heading towards a Zelina and Andrade split in the future. And I was thinking after this match, because it felt like Zelina came off as a babyface in this one. Because it wasn't her fault. She got involved. She gets hit by Andrade off the apron. And then Andrade, after the match, has a go at her. So Zelina did come off more like the babyface in this one. So it made me think, who really needs the mouthpiece more here? Andrade or Humberto? You would probably say, well, I would say, obviously, because my criticism is just towards him, probably Humberto needs the mouthpiece more. So Zelina Vega could certainly be a useful asset for Humberto when it comes to his promos. But historically, having a female manager that talks for you would get you heat, I would have thought. Well, historically in professional wrestling, it always has. I felt like Andrade I think he could survive without Zelina Vega. I think he could. So I don't think he'll suffer if they do part ways. I would advise against it. I think as a package they're fantastic, but I don't think he would suffer. I don't think he's going to just end up getting released because he can't cut a promo or anything like that. Perhaps he'll give Andrade a substantial storyline, finally for him to sink his teeth into. But the match alone, I thought it was a pretty good match. Thumbs up. Next we had